Hello, folks, and welcome to the world according to Matt. This is Food Guy Fits. Okay, guys, today I want to jump on and just show you a couple examples of what I call Uber transparency, which means they show you one thing and then proceed to screw you over on the back end. But before we get into that, I just want to start with my satisfaction rating. I know a lot of the videos I post, I'm enraged. That is a way for me to vent my frustrations. That is not how I act on a daily basis. When I was dealing with my anxiety issues a few years ago, I learned to laugh at my persona, laugh at my anger. It makes me have a much happier approach to life. But that's not my issue. Just a little short explanation. I would like to know, do you like the rage? Is it too over the top? I've heard that it's very entertaining. That's why I do it. I'm not trying to be insulting to anybody. I'm hoping you get some entertainment value out of that. I think it's just hilarious to see a 40-year-old man throwing fits of epic proportions over nothing. I mean, that's where it comes from. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. Back to with the video here, I was talking about my 97% satisfaction rating. That's important to me. When I worked at the Sherwin-Williams paint store, I was employed by Sherwin-Williams, but I was of the mindset that I worked for the customer. And that has served me well and continues to serve me well to this day. So example number one of Uber's awesome transparency is they show you a certain number, and this particular order is $8.39. It's a distance of 3.5 miles. So first thing I want to say is when the app shows me $8.39, I expect to make $8.39. If you start paying attention to some of these, if that customer removes that tip, Uber's fare is only $4.38, which for 3.5 miles, this is actually a pretty good Uber fare, even though it's still way too low. This is higher than most of them are in terms of per mile. So still not good enough, but my point is, how can they show you $8.39, but sometimes they only pay you the $4.38? The next example is I accept an order for $12.82. And upon delivering the order, I looked right away just to see, and it's almost enraging if you do start looking at them right away. Sometimes I wish I would just wait till the end of the day, but I've been watching this stuff a little bit more, and it's just frustrating when they show you $12.82, but Uber's fare is $4.90. I mean, it's almost like when the customer tips, Uber lowers that fare, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like I'm still just appalled at how they can do that during a dangerous pandemic. But anyway, that's how business is conducted. Just sickens me. But anyway, the last order I want to talk about is an order I just couldn't accept. I just love how they flash up $3.52, including tip. I mean, really, including tip? What a joke. I love how they think $3.52 is anything. I will not accept orders like that because they're not enough. I've called and asked them why that happens, and they hide behind the computer. Oh, the algorithm, yada, yada. Somebody programmed the algorithm to screw us over, okay? Somebody at Uber is responsible, okay? But they'll never admit that. And then on top of all this awesome transparency, we get comments like this where customers have previously reported missing items. So when I see that, I almost want to reject those orders right away because this customer has complained, will complain, have a reputation for complaining. I don't want to risk a thumbs down doing something for somebody that's not going to appreciate it, especially when Uber has no faith in the driver. Uber, even though I have a 97% satisfaction rating, they don't believe a word I say. So it's very insulting the way they treat their drivers, but it is what it is. I almost think it's the way they do it on purpose. If you get sick of it, they want you to move on, and they'll bring in the next crowd of people to screw over. My issue with that is, I mean, where does it stop? I like to do this stuff. If you could pay a little bit more Uber, you'd have a lot more reliable people working for you, just so you know. When you don't pay people, that leads to bad attitudes, and that's when bad things happen. So just so you know. And then the last thing for today that I wanted to share with you is a comment that I received from a customer yesterday. And this is my biggest reason for continuing to do Uber. When I receive comments like this, and this customer said, "Thank you very much for picking up my order." When I read that, I got the feeling that he'd been waiting for a while and that there's not a lot of people doing these orders right now. Some of these customers are handicapped. Some of these customers are elderly, and they just have a hard time getting out and doing everyday things. So for reasons like that, I continue to do Uber. I hope somewhere out of the strike, out of the things that are coming up, Uber will pay more. That's the goal here. I would be interested and willing to sign any petitions that I can. Yesterday, I made a video about taking legal action or advice on taking legal action. I don't know if that's even a possibility, but I'm just looking for any kind of advice I can get. Like, if anybody knows an attorney, how is it legal for Uber to show $12 but only pay you $4 in some instances? I mean, I just think that should be illegal. I don't know if it is. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of loophole because we're not technically employed. So that's what I was looking for there. Just any friendly advice, anyone that knows. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to stand up for drivers' rights, so we can work together moving forward in a more positive manner. Thank you, and stay safe on the road. Have a great day. Thank you for watching Food Guy Fits. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to The World According to Matt.